Alright, good morning lads and ladettes, welcome back. Bit of a breezy Friday I suppose you could say. There's a bit of a chilly wind too, but it is what it is. It's springtime, you get that. But yeah, sorry for being a bit MIA for the last few weeks, between being busy and the family and I going down with a fever from daycare. Took me off my feet for a while, and then yeah, pretty much trying to play catch up with docking, finishing the hill docking, and yeah, basically this week we've been drenching the early lambs for the first drench for tapeworm, and yeah, basically getting all the 5-year-olds onto the good grass country flats basically, because in a month's time they'll be weaned and the ewes are going away. We've got a contract for the middle of November I think it is, so basically a month away. So yeah, we kind of want the ewes to put on as much as we can and maybe try and have a draft off the lambs. They are growing well, but yeah, I don't know if we'll get many, but yeah, we'll soon see I suppose. Generally it's hard to judge until you send a few and you get the weights and then sort of get your eye back into it again, but yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, pretty much you want to hear a funny story. Yesterday I brought the camera down to video a few wee things to get it going again, and got down there, started talking to the camera, and the wee screen here was coming up with a different display, and I was like, oh, what's going on here? And yeah, looked at it and forgot to put the SD card back in it again. So yeah, that was my Thursday. So this day I made sure I put it back in last night, so did. But yeah, pretty much going to shift these ones into the far flats. Trying to take them through the paddock rather than trying to take them down the laneway. They should go hopefully well with the dogs and stuff. And yeah, basically do that. Going to feed out, still trying to feed out a few bales to the hill cattle and the ring feeders when I can. Trying to use up these bales as much as I can. So yeah, might as well, it's a good chance to get them away. And then yeah, going to hop in the digger. Cleaned my forecrossing out again yesterday. Yeah, handed Miller rain in a few days, brought down a lot more silt. Basically pretty much the same as the video that you've seen previous of cleaning it out. There's a right bit came down, so hopefully, fingers crossed, that's the last flood that comes down, because the digger's not there anymore, and I'm not planning to take it there till summertime, when if it dries up and the river goes down low enough. Hopefully get a few stones out of it to go on the races and stuff, build them up again. But yeah, basically it's the middle of October now, and basically we realised that on the 20th we want to spray out our crop paddocks. We're doing our crop paddocks. It's basically a rotation of 5 years, I think it's about a 5-year rotation. The stuff that we're doing, terrace over there, take you over there, the digger's over there to do a few jobs. That was done before I got here, so probably 5 years ago. And we're doing the left hand side of the laneway for paddocks as well, and that's actually old pasture that hasn't been turned over for I think about 7 years. That hasn't been turned over. Basically it was due a few years ago to go, and but it was still growing well. Plenty of ryegrass and clover in it, and actually took 2 cuts of baleage off it. 1 cut, 2 cuts. I did a bit of a cut last year actually off it, and then when we borrowed the neighbour's baler 3 years ago, we did that as well. Yeah, it's not too bad, but it's just basically due to be done, freshened up again. The corners, the steers love to stand in the corners because the water gathers there, and I really want to get some soil pushed into there. Our land leveler's a trade land leveler, and it's a bit of a pain to do it. You could do it if you really wanted to, but I've got plenty of railway irons lying about, and I've always had the idea of making a 2.8, 3 metre one, basically, because if we do the races too and grading my driveway and stuff like that, it'd be quite handy to spread it out more even rather than trying to use the digger or the bucket of the tractor or whatever. But that's in the pipeline. There's a lot of other things in the pipeline too that keep getting pushed back and back as time goes on, because yeah, for some reason time doesn't really stop that well, and yeah, keeps ticking along. So yeah, on that note, we'll basically keep going. Yeah, the day is getting shorter, and yeah, it's nearly lunchtime, so I want to get a few jobs ticked off before lunchtime. So yeah, we'll shift these sheep and give the dogs a run, and yeah, see what else we can get up to. Get in behind, Jed. Get in behind, Jed. Get in behind, Jed. Actually, I'm going to scrap that. Still a bit of cover here, and they're not touching the bales, so yeah, might leave them for another few days and just keep an eye on them, and yeah, go from there. It'd be quite good to get this yet down a bit, because I can't put cattle in here really, and I can't push it that hard because of the bales, unless I roll a heap of sheep wire out, which I don't really want to. Yeah, I'll just yeah, there's plenty of cover over there. Like, there's nothing really, little no harm. Another few days here will mean that their paddock over there will grow a bit more grass, and yeah, might last them a bit longer. Yeah, oh well, that's all right. Hop in the tractor and go feed some marshmallows out them. It's amazing how they've still got nice fresh grass around, but they come running for the baleage still. And like I say, that's 2-year-old toppings too. Beautiful stuff, beautiful smelling stuff. During the next month we'll be getting the all those Angus steers out of the hills. They'll be coming out of there because that's going into crop, but yeah, they'll be going across the flats here too. Try and get them away by next winter again. Fingers crossed. I've got 5 carryover cattle that's mixed in with 16 others, so I'll have to pull them out too. But yeah, they're worth the bigger cattle. Over here, they brought in, was it last year before, to get into the Angus scheme you have to have a minimum of 10, which is a bit of a pain when you have carryover cattle and you've only got 5 of them. Oh boy! Alright, now we've got time to play in the digger. Cattle's fed, so they'll be out of the way. Yeah, I actually think this pipe is curved too, the way that angle's going. You take where it is, about a foot below the post there, or else there's a very big fall on it, but I can digging it up. So yeah, basically it slipped pretty much from here across to the pipe there. Oh no, about a year ago, and then it's just kept sliding in. As you see by the pipe, it's disconnected on me again. Moosey's enjoying himself. Yeah, this here happened basically because there's so much water coming down this gully here, it spilled over and just kept washing it out. And yeah, so whenever I cleaned up the slip, when I came back from holidays, half of it I dumped here because it'll fill into here. I actually don't think I'll have enough by you look at it now, but what can you do? Might have to scrape off a bit of the bank to do it, but that'll be a tractor trailer job too, I'd say, rather than walking the digger back and forth. But yeah, I was going to say there's a joint for this pipe here over there somewhere because I fixed it, and it's a funny story. So yeah, I've been here 4 years, just over 4 years in this place, working for my father-in-law, and I've never had, there's 2 troughs up here top of the hill that he put in, and for the 2 years, first 2 years I was here, there's been never any water up there, never any water up there. And he hadn't had any water up there for a while either. There's about a year and a half between me and the other worker leaving, and yeah, it never had any water up there, and we boggled our minds about what's going on. Basically this is being pumped, this system, the flats, is coming from the pump shed and the bore at the river, so it's got a bit of a climb, but not much. Well, yeah, a bit of a climb, you know, it's that 150 meters I think it is, maybe, can't remember. But yeah, but these troughs are pretty much lower than the troughs at the house. There's one in the house paddock just where the cannockers are there, and then it's plumbed to the orchard as well. I used to, yeah, plumbed it around to the orchard, so if my house was on rainwater, so if the tanks were full, empty, I can fill it up from the bore. I had water up there that time, but not here, so we were like, nah, it can't be the height difference because it's going higher over to there. And we tried different things. I thought there's a trough just at the gateway here too, and it was filling, so it's basically from there to the troughs that there's a problem. And that was a couple of years ago. I was here cleaning out the culvert that's actually disappeared on the back and the end of this gully here, which will be probably in another video because yeah, I have to put a whole new pipe in and actually try and pull the pipe out. It's washed away the pipe. You'll see it when we get down there. Washed away the culvert out of the crossing and took it about 50 meters down and buried half of it in the silt, with the river coming up. So there's a bit of hand digging there to try and get it out. I don't know how on earth I'm going to get it out because I can't get near it. There'll be a few strops I think and stuff like that, so that's going to be a fun job. Could nearly be a day job trying to get that done. But yeah, kind of need that done because when we muster the sheep go across it and all the rest, but that's a different video. But yeah, anyway, back to this here. We had it all planned out that I was basically going to put a whole new pipeline in up the hill, up, because you can see it's been bulldozed there. Basically going to take it right up the hill and do a whole new line of pipe, because yeah, we thought that it was basically kinked or crushed or something there. And then there was 2 divots each side of this crossing here, and I seen them and I was like, there's, you know, divots, like, what is this here for? And boss man says, we put this culvert in here, we cut the pipe each side, so it was out of the way to put the culvert in, put the pipe back down, but left the holes there to put the joiners in. I was like, oh yeah, well, I was like, I'm going to dig down here because obviously there's something wrong with the joiner, because I used me water finding wire boils. I can't remember the proper name of them, but you basically have 2 bits of wire in your hands at a 90 degrees, and I can find water pipes that way. Basically did it here, it crossed over here, did it over there, wouldn't cross over, so there's definitely water in the pipe here. So dug down in this one here first, and the digger was there, wasn't joined up, but there was no water there, and I was like, oh, this is a bit strange. So I came to this divot here, dug down, and realised that they'd put a tap on the end of this pipe here, put a tap on the end of the pipe and never joined the two pipes up. So that was basically the story of not getting water there, because it couldn't, because there was a tap that I switched off that hadn't actually been joined into the pipes. So it was an easy fix, but for 2 years we boggled our minds not knowing what on earth was going on. So basically got the joiners in, and lo and behold, Bob's your uncle, and we had water going up top there. So anyway, enough chitter chatter and storytelling. Yeah, I'll hop in the digger and get to work, so otherwise I might get the sack for standing around talking too much.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Oh well, that wasn't too bad. As long as it stays, I'll be happy enough. Yeah, might have enough fill. This is going to be a bit awkward down here, but yeah, I can soon I just want to get the main thing on and get this water on. If there's a wee bit to do, I can soon throw the trailer on Monday or tomorrow or Monday, depending how I feel like tomorrow. And yeah, just load it up with a tractor or the digger and dump it up here closer, so then I can do it with a digger. But yeah, you can see how much you slept out like at the same time when you go down to here and down there and stuff like. So yeah, it's probably a gully that probably needs a double pipe in, but I do need to get into that side of it to clean out. But yeah, that might be a summer job if it's dry, because there's a spring over the other side of that cannock and here's a bit fun and stuff like that. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to switch the water on to clean this pipe out, and then connect this up. There won't be that much pressure, so hopefully there's a bit of water comes out of it. And yeah, just keep I'll just keep yeah, tidy this up anyway. At least then it's a good job. And yeah, the water will be on, at least for the, well, the cattle have plenty of water in the gully here now, so it doesn't make a difference. But and there's no stock up on Charlie's flat either, so yeah, it's amazing the amount of jobs can be done that you wouldn't think of getting a contractor to do when you've got your own machine. Like this here stuff here, like, you know, I'm doing this myself. Yes, you've got the cost of the machine, but like, yeah, we've had that 4 years now in October, basically now. Yeah, how time flies, eh? That yeah, the amount of jobs we've done with that, right enough, it did sit close to the forecrossing for nearly 9 months or 10 months. But yeah, it was that wet I couldn't really do much anyway, and I kind of needed it there to open the forecrossing up anyway, because it's easier with that than wrecking your tractor to do it. So yeah, but yeah, basically this last couple of years have been pretty much fixing up weather event stuff, the slips and stuff like that. And yeah, getting the contractor in to do that, it's what, $150 whatever for a 10-12 ton digger, soon adds up. Like, funnily enough, like, the first year, whenever we got that in tender with all the implements and stuff like that, it went to the flat farm, and I spent all summer down there pretty much, between stock work down there and the digger, tidying up that place because it hadn't had a digger for a while, pulling out old stumps, a row of old stumps down the back of the farm, burning it. There was a big heap of stuff that is mounted up halfway down the farm that I pulled apart and burnt up again. Took 3 McC-TheUlsterKiwis out, burnt up all that too and stuff like that. And yeah, cleaned out the Tootnui stream as well, and just odds and ends. I'm nearly sure that summer we did about 200 hours on the digger. So if you times that by $150 or whatever an hour, soon adds up now for diggers, it does. I'm not an expert on it, I'm a driver, but yeah, oh, I can still do stuff like some things like you know you do out of your comfort zone, like some fence lines and stuff like that, steep parts. But yeah, you soon get on it, and you soon know your limits pretty quickly when you start to do stuff. And then when you're confident enough, you keep pushing your limits pretty much. And yeah, there's certain things now, a few years ago I wouldn't have a chance for that, and yeah, I know what to do. And the blade in the digger, some job on a hill, like, even for this here sort of work, you stick your blade down and it just stops you from rocking all the time if you're not level, like. So and then for pushing as well, it's not pushing like a bulldozer can, because it just sits there and spins or it doesn't go. But yeah, you can still you know scrape off stuff, and it's quite handy. And then yeah, we've got the big grab for that, and that's some job for stacking up branches. When we tossed the McC-TheUlsterKiwi, we basically cut the branches off and went into that there and just perked up into the heap. And yeah, we had a pretty big fire, and another funny story, basically stoked up the fire, the last of the McC-TheUlsterKiwi branches down there, and it was about, I don't know, December time, December time probably, before the fire permits and stuff came in. And so it was pretty dry. Stacked it all up, 5 o'clock, sitting there with the boss man, just having a beer, just making sure that everything was fine, to let it burn down a bit before I left, in case I had to, you know, do other stuff with the digger for it. And yeah, we basically hopped on the bike to go, and heard this crash, and yeah, looked around and we're like, what on earth's this? And looked at the edge of the bush, and yeah, there was a dead tree, and the top of it was just catching fire. And we were like, oh great. and the big bit that came down was burning. So basically had to rush in with a digger, toss that down, get it onto the fire, and we pretty much, like, we were freaked out now because it was pretty dry, and for that to catch fire, the fire was a bit away from the bush, but it was the hot ash hit the rotten tree, and because it was dry and rotten, it just went poof. And yeah, pretty much sat there till dark, which was like 9-10 o'clock or something, 9 o'clock, just to be there in case someone else went on fire. Thankfully, touch wood, now nothing else has happened like that again, and that was fine. That was the only thing that happened then, but it just freaks you out because yeah, if we had went home and that happened and we didn't know about it, now you could have lost a right bit of bush now, so you could have. Yeah, that's another wee story for you. There's a few stories in my head now I could tell you over time. But anyway, there's enough chitter chatter. I'll hop on the bike and go switch this water on and get this connected up, and then yeah, I'll scrape this over and just let it settle over the top of this pipe. I'm not going to push it because that's how you kink pipes, and this will settle down too. There's a right bit of earth there, and yeah, I want to try and get it joined into there. That's why you've seen me pushing it into there, just to try and bed it into that into the edge, so it'll actually stay there. At least it's wide enough here that it should actually stay here, not a wee narrow thing. Hence why I'm just keep pushing it over to the edge of the pipe, because whenever I got here it was basically back to there. That had slipped another time obviously, but yeah, I just want to get as much as a pipe as we can, and then basically get the stones across and back this way again more so it's straight. Yeah, stock don't really use this, but it's just the overflow, the spillway of that just took all this out, so it did. But yeah, I'll show you this other side, what I mean about stuff here. When they did this here, they basically put canuka, lengths of canuka across here to bridge it basically, because when you're mustering, the stalk comes this way, they use this here, and that's why it keep pushing in, same with the kettle, and then go up there. And the only way I can basically get in is through here, or else widen this and come down. But yeah, it's built up with the amount of rain coming down and grass and stuff. It's built up more. But yeah, I basically want to get in here, clean that out, and get this here whole crap out here, because it is blocking the pipe. And then basically do the same as what I did with the crossings down in the river paddock, and put posts in, and either concrete posts up against it or the tin, and yeah, build this up if I can, with probably just digging out of here, just letting it settle. Might as well, it'll be a good job, and that's probably half the battle of why it's spilt over, because the stuff's here and I can't actually pull it out because it's dug right down into the ground. So yeah, that's another plan. Won't be probably this time, because I probably could get into here. If I scrape some of that off, because it is dry there. There's either a spring there, or else there's a tile. I don't know what, but it's been wet the whole time. You can see the difference in the grass, like. But yeah, it's basically getting down there is not the problem. It'll be getting back out again if it is wet. Yeah, and with the 330, it'll take a bit of pull for that. So yeah, I could actually do it when I've got the other big tractors here, because at least then if I get stuck, there's enough tractors here to do it. More tractors than drivers. I'm sure I can soon call on to some people to hop in the tractor to pull out, and if it does, you will see it. But yeah, I'd rather do it now if I could, when I'm over this way and I know that it's going to be fine. But yeah, I'll see how time goes. I do need to get this into other places to tidy up too, but if it's a dry summer it won't really matter as much. But yeah, anyway, that's enough chitter chatter anyway for now. I can get carried away talking so much, but yeah, what can you do, like? Yeah, hook this up, get the water going, hook this up, basically tidy up this here, just scatter it over the top, and then that'll be it for a day. There's some very happy boys over there chewing their cud, not even freaked out of the dogs running past because they're that full. That'll keep them going probably to Tuesday with the baleage, and they'll get another one. Keep it going to them, and they'll eat it up. They're not going to eat it sitting in the stacks, they're not, and it's good stuff, so I might as well. So, and yeah, it basically keeps them going too, so they're looking quite good, some of them. So if we can get them onto the flats for the good grass, they'll pump along nicely. So we'll give them a bit of a pour on too for lice and stuff, and yeah, they'll be amazing in a couple of weeks after that. They'll be different cattle altogether. So anyway, keep going.
Myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set them rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 give something from nothing. I sit here looking for an answer. Maybe the biggest question was in the last chapter. You gave me the soul I have today. Without you I never could have moved away. But now I see what you teach. I do believe I always should have stayed. Yeah. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. One day I'll be One day I'll be yours.
All right, so just had a phone call about my log spiller. That's for another time. There's enough talking on this to do this. Yeah, problems after problems with it. Anyway, yeah, basically, yeah, I was fit to reach this with a digger. Got all that pile up to here. Went down as far as I could to get the bottom stuff, and that went into here basically, and then slowly made my way up and made a heap here. Yeah, I'll let that settle now over the weekend and finish it up, push everything out. I want to make sure that join is right too before I cover it over, because I'd hate to have to dig it up as well. Doesn't seem to be weeping, but yeah, it might need to pressure up the from the flats first before it gets up to there. So yeah, I'll soon know tomorrow when I come and check it or whatever. Yeah, mushy boys up my side. You've had fun in the water, haven't you? Yeah, you're a water dog, hence why your nickname's the land seal. Big boy, big boy. But yeah, I'll finish this up before I go up there, because where am I? There, the track over there. I'll see if I can zoom in here. Be quiet. Yeah, you can see all the cracks and the slip up there and stuff. So that basically, we can get the bike up there. But with this, where's my finger? There. That bit on the track itself is worse than what you think in the video. And it slipped away off there too. That happened last winter with the rain. Happened last winter with the rain, and yeah, basically you can get the bike up there, and it slipped a bit more with the cyclone, I think it was, back in February. Took the bit on the side of the hill and stuff, and yeah, so yeah, need to get that done with the digger. I don't know whether to scrape down further down into the crack so it's wider, or take it off the top side of the bank and pack it in. I'll see when I get up there. But yeah, I'm two minds about it. I don't really want to disturb the cracks and stuff either, because I could slip more. But yeah, I'll see when I get up there. But yeah, basically I need to do that to get to the top terrace. I haven't been able to spray it or top the weeds and stuff. And yeah, this here, the flats on this is going into turnips this year. So there's 3 sections, and yeah, kind of need to do that to get up there. And then that's pretty much do that and the culvert, and that's us pretty much finished here. And I've thought about this here. Over here too, and I will actually be fit to reach it from this side. I'll just have to scrape it towards the culvert and work that way. It'll be the easiest thing, and basically get it done and finished when the digger's here, and make a good job of it. Yeah, like anything, if you spend time at it at the start, it's half the battle compared to having to go back to it and finish it off. So that's what I've found anyway, with any job that you do. If you spend an extra half hour doing it, it can save you a lot of time in the long run, having to go back a few years later to do it. So yeah, that's just the height of it, and yeah, that's just the way of it. So anyway, call it quits. I really need a haircut too. Yeah, it's still cold. I don't really want to, because then my head gets cold and my ears get cold, and yeah, maybe I just need to suck it up. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully it'll be a bit of a video. I know there is a bit of talking on it, and I have had comments before about me talking too much, but yeah, get carried away explaining things. But hey, that's the way of it. I'm new to this, I'm still learning. Might just have to buck up and talk less. Anyway, hope you have a good weekend, and we'll catch us in the next one. Cheers.